So as you can see, it is 4. Just got done with this. Now I am tired. For one, my body heats up. Today I freaking played on 3 hosts that were terrible, and then I played against someone on my host, or 2 or 3 people on my host, I think, and they were lagging, and it affected the servers when I played them, so it affected me too. It affected how things felt. And I'm very feel sensitive, so when a game has a lot of feeling involved and your feeling needs to be balanced, I suck at that. That's why I have such a hard time. That's why I had such a hard time on BO2 where it came to where I'm sitting at, which right now I'm sitting kind of, to the floor. Back then I had a chair. Other times I had to put stuff under my chair. I had to put like, dude, I had like 7 towels and 4 sheets under my chair just to level it out, because if it wasn't leveled good enough, I would not be able to hit my traps, let alone anything, but mainly my traps. And so what you'll see here is mainly just because I played like 3 other games to 400 before this, and I was torturing myself because I'm like, man, you're not in a good place right now. You're not able to hit your shots. You usually don't mess up like you're doing right now, but I like to just I kind of like to push it. Yeah, it learns helps me learn my feelings and the way I react to things. We're all different, it's very interesting and fascinating. As much suffering as I went through, like I said, my body, my head is still very hot right now, and I cannot wait to go to bed. But I decided that I wanted to do this, so I did it. I put myself through it, even though I really, truly did not want to. That's another reason why I kept missing, because I honestly don't even want to do it. I don't care about this game, and I will capitalize on a lot of reasons why I don't like this game when I show my theater. I will talk a little bit more about, or I'll talk about it now. There's a lot of reasons why this game was never my favorite. And it's because I was constantly fighting the lag, I was constantly fighting the delay. Now that's evident. I say that a lot, but what I was truly fighting against with this game is how to be comfortable. I have never played a game where you have to be lined up everywhere. And like I said, I am sensitive to how comfortable I am and to how much freedom I have. So, and sensitive to feel. And my feeling on this game needs to be good. And like I said, it's hard to have that. It's hard to keep a good feeling on this game, especially if the feeling is interrupted by bad connection or just anything, delay, uh, what's it called, skipping. If you're trying so hard to hit something and it feels like your shot's on too, but you can't do it because at the same time you're messed up by the feeling of it, and you're messed up by if someone or yourself is lagging and it's bothering you. And like I said, for me, I don't take this seriously, so it was even more hard for me because when I don't want, or if I'm not enjoying something, it tends to make me less. Even if I want to be better, I can't. I don't go against my body. I used to go against how my body felt back then a lot. And that's why I sucked most of the time, because I was forcing myself into something that I really didn't want to do. And my body temperature went up. I was frustrated. I couldn't do anything. The feeling of the game, it just grinded my gears. It had nothing to do with who else playing. It's just the game itself. I don't know if any of you have ever played a game where you just feel like you can do it, but the game just won't let you have that feeling for too long. It always takes it from you, especially on your worst days. Now, earlier, I definitely felt better. I definitely could have done better, but And there were some clips that I would have loved to showed on the other games, but I dashboarded, so those didn't record. I'm just gonna get on with this. Get on with it. And I did not want this to be a long one at all, so I put it down to 200 instead. Put it down to 200. So, all right. So pretty much, it's just how this is gonna go. So keep in mind, like I say, I was struggling beforehand to do anything because of the games I had earlier. When, like I said, anytime I have a bad feeling while I'm playing, or if I'm going up against bad connection, it messes with my shot. Now here I'm just getting ammo and I'm just messing around, showing off my shot a little bit. Most people can't even shoot like that anymore. I mean, which I know for a fact. They're not as accurate or precise to be able to do that. They don't feel good enough. Their shots don't even look nowhere near that. That comes from a little bit of experiences with shots, which you can do many on here. BO2, you can do a lot of different shots. People really don't understand. There's little nanoseconds between how much you scope in and how long. So you can do at least 15, maybe even 20 different shots on here. Maybe more than that if we count crosshairing and half scoping and whatever else. I don't even want to record this right now. I really don't. I just want to go to bed. But yeah, I thought I'd show myself struggling a little bit too, just so you can, again, kind of understand what I went through playing this game. I am struggling here, yes, but again, I also didn't want to do this, and I truly did not want to play, and I honestly don't want to play this game, which I will, again, as this video goes on, everything will come together. I will tell you why. I'll show you why. And you'll see what I mean. Now this, man, I can do this, especially when I feel good. I can do that all day. I know I can, it's a miracle that I could even do anything with the new controller from the new console. Back on 360, I had the leverage of having my left analog stick. It was so loose. So having that leverage with that 360 controller really helped me bounce back when I needed it, even though it was difficult. And these analogs are tougher, but I am better now. Considering, that's another reason why I do like to come back and play this, and why I put myself through a bit of torture here, because I learned from the bad experiences. I learned more from being at a disadvantage and not being able to do anything, and that was my first ever no scope. And I accidentally did that, by the way. Not my first ever no scope, but that was my first ever no scope that was that far away, because usually no scopes never ever hit for me, man. I kept trying to do that a few times in the other games that I tried to get my shot in shape for a little bit more. And like right there, like I went off, like I lost balance. I was trying to just find my positioning where I'm sitting at. I have not had to gone through this for the 3 or 4 days I've played this game. I have not had to do this, but if I start shooting fast for a long time, or if I play on a bad connection a few times and I'm making myself believe that I'm able to do my best, because you want to. Truly, your body wants to be able to perform its best. So I tend to kind of trick myself because I know I'm not going to be able to, but I try to anyway. So I guess you could just call it blind confidence, which renders me very useless. I feel super useless afterwards. But like I said, I'd rather you see me struggle so I could talk about the hardships of this game, man. I know other people go through it too, and they have, especially when we were all younger. We went through it. Everybody did. But rather they want to say it then or now, they did. Different experiences, different feelings. Now this video is definitely for the other people. It's the main reason I'm making it. It is definitely the main reason. Oh no, I forgot I can't do that. No. But this video is also for people that want to just see it and, honestly, just don't give up on what you want. Hold on to that feeling, your love for yourself. You feel like you're not enough, you can't do it. This game has taught me a lot about that, and that was one of the reasons why I played it. And see, that normally that would have actually worked. That shot that I was just hard scoping, because that don't miss, man. That should not miss. It should not ever miss, but it does. It frickin' does. Let me move back some more. I'll lay down a little bit while I show this. And that's me just trying to line up again. I was feeling so unorthodox. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm like, I ain't had to go through this, and it's all because I played those games earlier on them crappy connections. I frickin' did it to myself, I learned the same lesson over and over to not ever do that. But, we all have our weaknesses, and we all have our strengths, so... And I love that. It sucks, but I love it. I love knowing what it's like to feel like I can't, and knowing what it feels like when I can, but that's for the other Call of Duties. For the people that's watched my videos pretty consistently, you know what other Call of Duties I'm talking about. I am so free on those Call of Duties. I don't ever really lose my shot on those Call of Duties. I love those Call of Duties so much. Hopefully when I move back, I could, we are supposed to be moving back, so I'll be able to play them. But yeah, on this trap right here, like, look. I don't even know when. I think it's bus. Like, I shoot in the same spot. I think this is it. I hope it is. I think it is. I shoot in okay, now right there I did go off. I shook off. But the funny thing is, man, that's the traps that they hit. Those are the types of traps that they go for. Not even consistent. Not even that consistently. And they talk about, oh, he doesn't play the game. But when I say I don't play the game, then it's like, oh, well, you're garbage. That's why. Or you don't have a shot. You've never had a shot. Stuff like that. So when I struggle, it's, oh, you struggle all the time. You always struggled. Well, guess what? You're right. That's what I'm here to talk about, too. I have always struggled on this game. Always. And it's taught me a valuable lesson about myself, and it's helped me. But it's also helped me realize that this game is just not good. I've always known that deep in my heart, that this game is not for me. But I gave it a chance anyway. I kept trying to get what I wanted out of it, and I never got it. So, honestly, it was a chase, and it was a thrill, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed not ever being able to reach my goal, because when you reach something and you're able to do it, it gets boring. So that's really what made me so crazy. That's really what kept me going on here. It's why I stayed for so long. Because I knew that I had a disadvantage. I knew that I was never able to feel even close to 80%. Never. For my whole career on this game, I felt 65% sometimes 70. I never ever felt 80%. I have never been close to 80%. But it's so funny to me how that 65 and 70-ish percent, or 65-ish percent, did better than most of you guys. You know who I'm talking about, too. Even today, even at my worst, this is my worst. And that should have not hit marker. But this is like my worst condition. Even my worst condition, I can still hit more pieces than you guys. I don't even and you don't even, that's the thing, you don't deserve to see my best. I actually wanted to say that for this video. Y'all don't deserve to see me in my best light. Like, honestly, man, I would rather y'all see me in a bad light than see me in a good light, because I just don't really care to show you guys anything. I don't need to. This game isn't that important to me. Why do you think I showed all the good light on Cold War? Why do you think I gave all the good stuff to MW3? Because I actually am good on those games. I'm able to be good on those games. I've never been able to be good at this game that well. I'm still better than most of you, though. Still the funny part. But me not being good at a certain game has nothing to do with anybody's criticism or judgment. That's you, man. I mean, if you want to compete with me, great. I mean, I'm not that good at this game. You can try to compete. Like I say, try to compete with me on the other games. On Cold War or something. MW3. Try to come into, that's like me saying that. That's like me saying, oh, well, you're delusional. You can't do this. You can't do, they love the word delusional. They love using that word against me. They love calling me a retard. Whatever, man. Like, anything I say, it just don't mean nothing. Oh, I can't spawn trap. I can't. See, that should have hit right there. That's what I wanted to talk about. That should have freaking not. That shouldn't have missed. That should have connected. But after that happened, I'm just like, man, freak that, man. See, now this comes to where I tell you, this game is garbage. So even if I could hit it, even if I would have showed you a 50 piece, which I'm capable of doing, I don't even like the idea of doing it because of stuff like that. Because shots do not hit. And other times, shots that I do freaking connect, they shouldn't even connect. They shouldn't even hit. And oh yeah, this is some Sebzy action. Some Sebzy shot. I hate that everybody talks about Soju, but nobody talks about Sebzy. Dedicated to Sebzy right here. They say, oh, Sebzy? I was like, no, man. Y'all don't know who Sebzy is. See, this is what I'm talking about. Most of y'all just paid so much attention to the people that were being overrated and that you hung around or were around to see, or you just stayed around them so much you couldn't allow yourself to see all the other people. But yeah, I hope Sebzy's doing good, man. I like his shot. He has one of the most unique and hardest shots. To me, hitting a spawn trap like that and hitting a 50 piece off of it consistently, that is so ridiculous. You just don't understand how hard that is. And still being able to be accurate with it, that is so difficult. And the thing of it is, the way you see me hit it, he did it even longer than that. A little bit. Like, the way I was hitting it, it was pretty much what he did. But I'd say it looked a lot more waunchy when he did it. It looked a lot more messed up. He would drag his scope so much more, it would seem like. And he would still go to the trap and hit the other one. And he would time this so well. It was ridiculous. But yeah. Fight. Fight for what you want. The thing of it is, man, these people are quitters. The people that do come across this video, because earlier they were saying this. One of them named K Verza, thinking he's better than me all of a sudden. Everybody just wants to be a follower. Everybody just wants to stick someone's thumb up someone's butthole just so they can feel something and make them feel something. Like they love to just, I don't know, man. They like to kiss on each other or something. It's really hard. Like I could say a lot of different things, but I wish there was a way for me to just say it perfectly, but there's no such thing as perfect, and there's definitely no such thing as just calling someone what you want to call them when you're messing around with them, because I am messing around, trust me. I don't really care. I really don't, you know. They're a bunch of sore losers, and they just wish they were somewhere that they always wanted to be. They didn't have fun with it as much as I did. And I did take this seriously. I did. Like I said, I learned a lot. My anger issues, whatever. My emotions. It taught me a lot. It really did. Now, this piece right here, this is the end piece. I'm like, yeah, I'll hit a little piece for him. Whatever. Don't really care. Despite being so off, thought I missed, didn't you? Despite being so bad at this game, I can still do better than most of you. If you just if you just took a walk on my shoes on this game for one day, you wouldn't even be able to hit a 5 piece.